Hello, friends. Welcome to my word processing class using Microsoft Office Word for advanced users. Day one. I'm very happy knowing that we've made progress so far from our beginners class to intermediate, and now we are in the advanced users class, day one. I'm very happy. I appreciate you for taking out of your time and resources to go through these courses with me to become a professional user of Microsoft Office Word. And when I see you physically, I won't forget to give you a very big hug, and that is to tell you just how important you are to me and how much I appreciate you. I remain your ever joyous facilitator, Sakawaka, spelled let me type it, spelled Sakawaka. Sakawaka. I have four A's in my name. That's just by the way. So, for our beginners class day one, please, if you've not gone through our beginners and intermediate class, I urge you to do so. They will help you a lot. There are some few things I think you will still learn, even though you've been using Microsoft Office Word for long, and it's not expensive, just a little token. You understand? Just a little token, and then you get the resource materials plus, of course, the fact that I will put you through each of them. So today for day one, we will be looking at the use of macros. We'll be looking at the use of macros, which is this macros. Yes, the use of macros, how to record macros and how to use them. In Microsoft Word, um, most of us carry out repetitive tasks. For example, we have a format that we always use. Probably our work requires that we create a certain style of table that we use repeatedly. Now, instead of us to be doing them from the scratch each time we want to use those formats or tables, whatsoever it is, Microsoft Word came up with the ideas of writing macros, of recording macros rather. So when we talk about macros, it's actually a system of automating repetitive tasks. That is what it is. And basically, it records the steps you use in creating that procedure. It records the step you use in creating that procedure. And whenever you invoke that macro, it just paste the steps on Microsoft Office Word, and then it creates it for you. So whenever you are using macros, be very careful and be precise on what you click on, because actually what it does is that it writes the program code of the processes. For those of you that are not into programming, you might not really understand what I want to say now. We have back end and then we have front end for programming. So what macros does is it takes what you have in your front end, record it, and then create a back end code for it, so that whenever you want to use that thing again, it invokes the code and then helps you to create it with ease. But you don't need to go into the programming. That is not what you are here for. So this is what you'll be looking at, macros. Now, for you to create a macro, you click on view, and then you have your macros. Depending on the version of Microsoft Office Word you are using, you might not have your macros under your view, because I've been faced with that kind of scenario before, where you click on view and you don't see your macros. It's basically difference in the versions. You don't need to panic. If you don't have it under your view, just right click on any empty space on your ribbon, right click, and then click on customize the ribbon. When you do so, this word option will show. Don't get intimidated by the various things you see here. We are only coming to use one, and that is developer. Check this developer, click on it, let it be checked, and then click OK. It will be added as a tab for you here. Just follow the movement of my mouse. You see the developer here. It will be added as a part of your tabs. When you click on it, you will see macros. Do you see it here? It is the same thing that you have under your view here. It is the same thing. So if you don't get to see the macros under your view, just right click under customize and then let me uncheck this developer. Now you see the developer is gone. Right now, right click, customize the ribbon. It comes out and then you check the developer. Click on it and then it comes out. Under the developer, you see the macros there. But I don't need the developer, so I will remove it because I already have it under my view. I don't want my tabs to be crowded. So here now, let's say there's a particular format I use for my text, and each time I'm typing, instead of repeating it, I just want something that will make it quick for me to apply that format. What I can do is to use macros. So I click on view, click on macros, record macros. Here I have view macros in case I've created any macros before. Okay, I've created one, Saka the Waka. Let me delete it. Yes, it's gone. So I have no macros now. Close it. Come to macros, and then I want to record my macro. Now, when I click on record, I will give it my macro name. Remember Saka the Waka. This is how I gave it the name. So let me say Waka Man. Yes, let that be the name of my macro, Waka Man. And then I'll click on keyboard. Now, the reason for the keyboard is so that if I want to invoke my macros, I will use the keyboard shortcut that we create here to invoke it. However, be careful to note that the shortcut will overwrite the traditional shortcut of the system. For example, if I say my shortcut, press Ctrl B now, they say it is currently assigned to bold, which means if I assign this Ctrl B to my macro, whenever I press Ctrl B, it will not give me bold again. Rather, it will invoke my macros. You understand it now? So your macro shortcut overrides the traditional shortcut of your system. But I'll not be using that. I love Ctrl B. So let me use something like Ctrl Shift V. Ctrl Shift V. Or let me use something Ctrl Alternate Y. Ctrl Alternate Y. Ctrl Alternate Y. Or Alt Control. No. Let me use Ctrl CV. Yes, I'll press Ctrl C and V together at the same time. Let me record that somewhere. Ctrl C V. Yes, you can create your own shortcut. Now I assign and then close. Once I do that, now you see my mouse pointer. You see that box with my mouse pointer, the box here. It's showing me that I am now recording my macro, which is very important. At this point, I will have to be careful on what I click on and whatever I do, because whatever I do will be recorded as part of my macros. So first step, I want to highlight this. Then I'll click on home. I want to bold the work. Then I want to increase the font size to font, let's say font 20. Click on it. Then I want the font face to be fort, F-O-R-T-E, to be fort. You see it now. Then I want to underline it. You see the format I've given to it now. Now, since I'm okay with it, I'll come to view, click on my macros and stop recording. Now I'm done recording my macros. Do you see it? Yes. So whenever I want this, welcome to my advanced class on my word processing using Microsoft Office Word. I will just press Ctrl CV. at the same time. Control CV. Whoa, this did not record. Let me view my macros. Wakama, okay. So let me come here, highlight this, Control CV. Now you see it. Yes, so that is how it works. Now I did not change this write-up. I only applied this effect, which is similar to format painter, but it's different. For my format painter now, if I should close this document, for example, let me save, or should I not save? Let me save it. Let me just save it to my Sakawaka. Save it. Now, you see, I've closed it. Normally for my format painter, once I close, I won't be able to use it again. But here, I can continue using it. Highlight, Control CV. You see how it's working on all my documents. It doesn't matter. Let me come here. Now I highlight this one and then I say Control CV. You see, it recorded my macros, right? And then it's applying it. That is how macros works. Instead of me to be doing that over and over again, I just record it once and I keep applying. And that is the beauty of macros. The same thing, Control N. Let's say I want to create a table and I want to record it. Probably I'm used to a particular style of tables. What I will do, come to view, come to macros, record the macros. Let me give it worker table. And then my shortcut, my keyboard shortcut, let me say it is Control G, which is go to now, but I want to use it. So I assign it and then close. Now I'll come to insert, click on table. Let me say I want 4 columns, 3 rows. You see it comes up. And then this is how I want my table. Should I do anything? I can decide to add colors. So, but let's say this is just what I want. I will just come to view and then I will stop recording. Do you see it? So whenever I need this table in anywhere, I can just come. Let's say I want that table here. I just press Ctrl G and then you see it creates my table for me automatically. That is the beauty of macros. I don't need to start going to insert to start inserting table 4 columns and 3 rows. I don't need to. So what I'll do is I'll just record my macro and then I'll be able to use it anywhere. Ctrl G. You see, normal Ctrl G is go to, but because I've assigned the Ctrl G to a macro, it is now overwriting that go to and then giving me my table instead. So that is macros for you. And if I want to delete the macros, I come here, come to macros, view macros, view it, and then delete. Let's say delete this one. Let me delete the worker table. I've deleted it right. Now, if I press Ctrl G now, because it is no longer assigned to a macro, it will now give me go to. You see it. Ctrl G, go to. That is because I've deleted the macro that the Ctrl G is assigned to. And that will crown it for us today, our day one. If you have any question, please let me know. If you are not clear, let me know and then I will look for more examples to demonstrate the use of macros. But for now, try to practice with your document and try to get yourself familiarized with the use of macros instead of repeating repeating your procedures every now and then. You can just record them as macros and easily invoke them. And that is the beauty of macros. That is the beauty of macros. Now, this red line is telling me that my spelling is wrong. So we just right click and choose from the suggestion relevant to which is now correct here. So far, I'm very happy that we've come to the end of our day one advanced class. Meet you in the other class, which is day 2 of our advanced class, and then we'll be talking about table of content and footnotes. But for now, just remember that you are very important to me. You are special, and I appreciate you so very much. All right.